Okay, this interview, I'm interviewing for my class, and I'll let you explain what you do and your name.
Okay. My name is Brittany Burton, and I am a behavior analyst, board certified behavior analyst, and I have a PhD in school psychology. Guess that was that it?
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, I'm going to let you tell me a little bit about what you do.
Okay.
Can you tell me how you integrate your curriculum? And I know it's a little bit different of your job title in the school, but
Yes.
since this is special ed, just kind of tell me how you would integrate the curriculum of what you do to a teacher.
To a teacher. Okay, so we do applied behavior analysis, and so I guess that's what I would consider to be a curriculum in terms of the way that we teach. And so obviously I come in and I do teacher trainings, hands-on, and we go back in and we check for integrity to make sure that they understand what they're doing and that they're doing what they need to be doing. So basically that's how we do that. And we, the expectations, I typically work in a clinic setting, so the expectations in an applied setting, like a school, are a little bit different than they would be in a clinic setting. So to be flexible with some things, if that's okay.
All right, can you tell me how you motivate your faculty or how you motivate the teachers to actually put the plan into action?
Sure, that's probably one of the biggest challenges with my job, just because we don't necessarily have any reason for people to want to do what we tell them to. But I think that, obviously I think the biggest thing is forming a relationship with your teachers. You need them to feel like they can trust you and that you're knowledgeable, so they'll come to you if they need anything. But also I try to use the principles that I use, the same principles that I use with students. So I try to provide reinforcement. I try to, in trainings, I give out candy and bring lots of things sometimes to try and motivate. As far as employees, we try to do small, frequent raises because we feel like that's more motivating than a lump sum and then So we try to really incorporate the principles that we use with our kids, even with staff.
Okay, good. How do you monitor or assess the program that you give them? How do you monitor?
Basically with integrity checks. So everything is broken down into kind of a step-by-step task list. And we come in and we just assess those things one at a time. Usually it's observation, and we kind of score that and then give feedback on the performance and find out, if we need to do additional training and that sort of thing. The goal being that we always have people performing around between an 85 and 100% kind of accuracy.
All right, and these are just kind of some personal. What are the greatest difficulties of your position?
I think that, well, one thing is definitely working with people who, we don't always have the pleasure of working with people who are motivated, so trying to motivate the people who don't necessarily want to be there, whether it be a parent or a teacher or whatever, trying to get buy-in from people who don't necessarily want that or maybe don't want to do what you're asking them to do. That's a challenge. Then sometimes you're faced with situations that you can't control, that you just have to do the best that you can. And then otherwise, I think just logistics, like time constraints. So I would love to be able to spend tons of time with my staff and teachers, training them and do the best that I can, but I find that there's just never enough time to do everything I want to do for them, so I think that's being okay with that is the challenge.
Okay. And on the other end, my last question, what is the greatest reward of doing what you do?
I think that one is definitely the kids. You can't help but fall in love with the kids that you work with, and they just they attach to your soul, and then you can never leave them. So that it's just rewarding to see the kids making gains, even if they're small gains for that particular child. It's a difference in quality of life. And then I think another thing for me is just the personal relationships. I feel like everywhere I go, meeting teachers, I feel like I get to make friends and meet people that I didn't know before and learn things. I learn things from people everywhere I go. So people always have good strategies to share, and I love learning that. So
great. I want to thank you for your time today, and I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.